Hello. Oh, every time.
Yeah, you did that the last time.
Sorry. Hello. Welcome.
Welcome to Books and Booze.
I'm Christine.
I'm Jamie.
And we're still reading A Court of Mist and Fury.
Almost to finale time, though.
We are almost done, because this is chapters 56 to 60, and it only goes to 60-something. Oh.
Will we dress up for the finale this time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I already have an idea of what
what you're gonna wear?
My gown. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
I can't wait.
Okay. First I wanted to address, because a few episodes ago, I don't know, we talked about being less recappy.
Yes.
So that was a plan. So I think I wanted to clarify too, because after we kept going, I was like, okay, we're still recapping.
Yeah, just not as hard.
Yes. Okay. So I was like, am I going to say that? And then people are going to listen. They're going to be like, bitch, you're still
recapping. Nothing changed.
But for me, it feels a lot better because I'm not so caught up in the details or even talking about things that we don't so much care about. Like, I found that we are getting better at skipping the parts that we were like, I don't care.
And also know that this isn't, like, detrimental to talk about right now.
No, let's talk about the parts that we really care about. So I think that's happening.
Yeah, look at us.
Yay for us. Mm-hmm. One thing that I think is a conversation amongst other people who have gone through the SJM universe, so doing A Court of Thorns and Roses, doing the Throne of Glass series, doing the Crescent City series, is after you've done that whole rigmarole and you're like, oh no, and you're having that book hangover, how do you get out of that? Like, what are the recommendations to keep you going? This newfound excitement and motivation.
And love for, like, romantic genre.
What is there still stuff out there that is going to make you feel really motivated to keep on your books in your life? And I would say, hell yeah. Yeah,
which, I mean, I also had you had read all these and then made me read them, so I had you giving me.
I had all the recs ready for you when I knew that the come down was coming and, like, this is what you need to get into next.
Yeah. And now I find, like, just reading more, like, we're reading, like, different ones now.
Yeah. And now you're like, okay, there is, like, an unending list of romantasy and fantasy that we can get into that are so enjoyable, that we love.
Yeah. And there's some where I'm like, oh, I like this, but it's not the same love. But yes, I do feel like there's some where I'm like, oh, I love this.
But there's some that I would say are up there with it.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Agreed.
So I think I answered someone the other day that was like, what are you reading after? And I said, what's it called? Serpent and the Wings, like the Carissa Broadbent one. And then I realized later, I was like, no, we read Blood and Ash after.
Yeah, right after this, we read the whole Blood and Ash.
Which is a lot of books.
Jennifer Armentrout.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a lot of books. But loved it.
I found that randomly too. Like, I told the story about how I found A Court of Thorns and Roses randomly as, like, an Amazon rec and just, like, took a chance. So the Blood and Ash series, I was having the hangover from the SJM stuff. And then, so I'm like, okay, I need to go to the bookstore and just start something. And I had a whole list of other people's recommendations. And I went to Indigo Chapters, and they never have anything.
No, it's the worst.
They never have anything that I want.
Nope.
They have, like, rows and rows of fantasy, and I don't know who is
Sarah J. Maas. They have probably just a whole section with 30 of each book.
But they didn't. I had about 10 different books or series, and they didn't have any of them. Yeah. And then I saw Blood and Ash, and I was like, oh, I recognize it from maybe just browsing for Rex, obviously. And then I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll try this one because this is what they have. Yeah. And then I tried to Google it, and they didn't even have the first Blood and Ash book. They had the second one, but they had the prequel.
Oh.
So like the weird. Prequel to Blood and Ash, which people usually read, like, after or, like, in the middle of reading that series. Yeah. So I accidentally read the prequel first.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And it ended up being fine. It was actually perfectly fine. I realized later, as
it really
I was reading them, that
you're
not supposed to do that order, and I said, it's too late. I'm already into these books.
Yeah.
But anyway, I loved that series.
I did. It was, like, an easy read. I know there's some people that aren't huge fans of her books for whatever reason, but, like, obviously to each your own. But I also know there's also a huge other... I loved it.
There's other people that love it.
I loved it. I loved how... I just kind of want to take that out. Also just saying that negative part.
Why?
I don't know.
I think, well, I have issues. Like I told you, like the third, it was the third one of the prequel, or was it? I don't know, but the last prequel one, I was like mad. Like I thought it could have been better. Like I have my own criticisms, but I would still recommend it to people.
Yes.
Like I still
like for both the prequel and like the Blood and Ash one, the two main characters, love in each of them like so much. I also do love how she makes like Poppy, so that's Blood and Ash, that's the
main character there,
female main character, and like even in a lot of her books that she makes it known that they're like curvier women, that they have like a stomach, and I do like in her books how she puts that in the description. It makes it like very known like that. It's just like it's nice to see or read, I guess, just the different body types. And
yeah, so that's one rec. And then I think after that was like Carissa Broadbent's, is it called Serpent in the Wings?
Yes, but I actually...
You liked your other books better.
Would recommend the other ones more.
The Daughter of No Worlds.
Yes, I did love the Serpent ones, but the Daughter of No Worlds, I feel like that's up there for me for one of my like top series type of thing.
And then I think for both of us is the Played Prisoner series. That was another one that we both really, really...
That's like my second to ACOTAR.
I don't think I even have any criticisms of that series. It got better and better, and that would probably be my top. It's so different from ACOTAR.
Yes.
But I still would say it's like my top rec.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah,
well, there's stuff out there, people. There is.
And there's more, and I feel like we've obviously read so much.
This is just what we did, like,
kind of after.
In the 6 months following S-Jam.
Yeah, where... I was like, I had that same, like, I can't put this down type of thing. Because I've read a lot since then, and there's some where I'm like, okay, I'm reading it and enjoying it, but I can put it down.
Yeah, exactly. You're welcome. Okay. The drink today. What? But
also, love to hear recommendations.
Oh, yeah.
And we also love... What do we love?
When people follow us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Follow us, give us 5 stars, or comment. It's really, really helpful to,
And I used to always be like, when I would listen to things or see things, people would say that. I was like, okay. I would never do it, to be honest.
I've done it once in a while if, like, I really love something. But now you realize, like, having one, it's like, it is actually super helpful.
Yeah, it does actually help a lot. Do it.
Do it, please.
Okay, let me move.
So, the drink today... I'm going to start off with the title, so we don't forget this time.
Oh, yes. Good call.
If you have any alternates, that's okay too, but my instinct is to go with In Honor of the Golden Queen.
Yes, I loved that when I saw that you named it that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, spoiler, she dies, but she does something really good for our lovely inner circle people who are trying to save the world, and,
Yeah, she's a little surprise.
Yeah, our T Swift. Our T Swift is the sacrificial lamb, and we want to honor her today by doing a golden drink that, it reminds me of our ACOTAR days where we try and do a certain color and it turns a different color because it's a little bit pink, people.
Which we do love a pink drink all the time.
I think that was the peaches I used.
Well, that looks pretty.
So, what it is peaches.
You didn't put the basil in.
There's basil simple syrup that I made.
Oh, right.
Oh, I'm so talented. Basil simple syrup and peaches muddled together, and there's some gin. There's fresh lime juice.
You threw in.
I did go off the rails because that's what I do. But the reason is I feel like the peaches that I had are not like the best quality peaches. And I found that once I muddled it, the peach taste wasn't strong enough for me. So I added a little bit of peach schnapps to enhance the flavor, but not to overpower it. So I hope that the ratio is still good.
And it worked out.
So let's try it.
Okay.
Cheers.
Let's swirl it around a little first. Smell it.
Okay.
We didn't even rate the last drink.
Oh, okay. We'll do both then.
Yeah.
You know what I would like a little bit is like a splash of club soda, and I know that's in like so many drinks, but now it's like I understand the purpose of it.
Yeah.
To make it a little bit bubbly.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's what I would recommend. Just like a tiny little bit would enhance it, but I like it.
Yeah. I love peaches.
It tastes like peaches and lime and gin.
Yeah. And I'm not like a big candy person, but I love the
fuzzy peaches.
Yeah. Those
yeah,
will get
so
me.
It doesn't taste fake though. I feel like it tastes fresh and it tastes...
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, same. Or we should have chilled the glass first. That also would have been nice. I keep forgetting to do that for a lot of them as well. My last one...
We're learning.
Yeah, the glass should have been chilled for the last one.
So I would probably give it like, I want to say 7 or a 6.7. Like I'm between a 6.5 and a 7, I guess.
I'm a 6.5.
So I think we're on the same page about that.
Yeah.
It's not like the best of what we had, but I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we think of... What do we do? I can't even remember.
Chapter 54, the sake.
Chapter 54.
The sake drink.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 4.
Yeah, I think I think I agree with that. I wonder what it would taste like if you gave it another go.
Yeah, which I am going to do, just because I don't know.
Maybe, okay, you make it again and give us an update next time, and maybe it'll be the same.
Maybe, but I am curious because it did say to let it steep for 8 hours, so that might make a huge...
Yeah, I just wish that drink was sweeter, I think. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
Okay.
I'm also going to try and get better raspberries.
Okay, let's get into these chapters. Okay, we just finished off with the sexy time aftermath, the mate aftermath, the soup aftermath.
The glowing sex, where they were just... Yes. She was glowing, his night was like, it was a big light show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just normal sex, guys.
I love this scene where Feyre and Rhys come back to the Illyrian camp. And Mor and Cassian are there to welcome them. They know what's happened. Yeah. They can gather.
That's why I did feel like it was the perfect time to wear my Cassian t-shirt. Okay, this is Jamie, now known as Cassian.
Oh, I thought you were introducing yourself again. I was like, I think I know. Yeah.
Well, it's about time. No, that was so bad. Okay.
No, I liked it.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's about time. That was supposed to be Rhys snarl?
No. What is it? How do you snarl? Oh, you're better at this.
I've been practicing.
Okay.
Cassian laughs.
Then all the Illyrian warriors start shooting into the sky, hauling women and children with them.
Hard ride.
When he bashes your teeth in, Cassian, don't come crying to me.
Mating bond chafing a bit, Rhys? Feyre doesn't look too tired. Maybe she could give me a ride.
Ah! And Rhys attacks.
Yeah. So what I do love is, Cassian's just being a friend.
He is, and Feyre realizes that after this interaction, Cass is not trying to be a pest. He sees that Rhys is all riled up and
with the mating bond, and that's why everyone took off into the sky because they're like, "Oh shit, we need to get out of
away
here."
From him! Take the women and children!
Don't look at the girl.
That part was actually so funny. The women and children, save them.
Oh. So yeah, they are just fighting it out. Cassian's letting him get out what he needs to get out.
More. They'll be at it for a while. Welcome to the family, Feyre.
Aww. That's literally what I wrote in my notes was, aww.
So cute.
Right?
And I really love the next moment where they finally go home to Valaris and they walk into the House of Wind.
But more importantly, before that happens, Rhys finishes fighting. Mor and Cassian leave them alone.
You want to insert the sex scene.
Yes.
I skipped it again. I'm so sorry.
No, I love it. And then he walks in and they're like, oh, and then Mor and Cassian are like, we are out of here.
We know what's happening next.
Yeah, so they just have some quick table sex.
Yes, and Feyre shouts so loudly that she guesses that the Illyrians that have flown into the sky might have heard her.
That are fearing for their life with their women and children flying around.
I like how uninhibited she is, that she does not give a shit who hears her. That is...
Right?
If we think of, like, Feyre from even a few chapters ago, even from the beginning of this book, like, how...
Yeah.
She's just so happy.
Yeah,
like,
she's like, I don't give a shit.
Everyone's here.
I'm having sex with my mate, and it's amazing, and everyone should know.
And we're gonna wipe our privates with a wet cloth,
we're
gonna move on with our day. I
loved how that was thrown in there. I'm like, I don't really feel like that needed to be there.
Didn't it? I I think it just spoke to the not giving a shit nature of it. Yeah. Where they're just like, we need to do this. We are animals right now, and we don't care.
Oddly enough, last weekend we did have a conversation about that, and everyone was talking about what they use.
Wiping themselves off with a cloth?
Yeah. Like, well, what do you do? And they're like, I just grab whatever's there. Then someone's like, no, like, you have to use, like, a Kleenex. And I was like, this is a great conversation.
Well, it's advice between friends.
Right? Friends are great.
So...
After the quick table sex.
When they get back to the House of Wind... So
okay, this is beautiful.
Reese and I walked hand in hand into the dining room of the House of Wind, and Moore, Azriel, Amryn, and Cassian already seated, waiting for us. As one they stood. As one they looked at me. It was Amryn who said, "We will serve and protect," and they each placed their hand on their heart. That was like an emotional part. I loved that.
No, I did too. Like,
especially Amryn. Amryn, I again in this read, I'm noticing so much more about Amryn and how like so much heartfelt she is that I didn't notice in previous reads.
Same, agreed.
Oh, you know what's coming up next, Jamie?
More sex. No, just kidding.
Well,
the queens.
My girl is back.
Nesta?
No, Professor McGonagall / Tracy Ross.
Oh, yes, the human queens.
So they have to go meet the human queens because they are finally... They finally answered them and are going to meet them because they're still trying to prove that they should give them the other book.
This whole thing, I was just so like...
Makes you mad.
God, you guys are so annoying.
But isn't she fun also?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, they all... I feel spicy.
I feel like we should have mixed it before we tasted it because I just got a taste that was way different and way better. Like, I just tasted the basil and it was very good.
Yeah, I feel like, you know what? Put basil in this drink.
Well, it's the basil simple syrup, but I feel like at the top of the drink we didn't taste it.
No. But I even feel like it would be good just to have some...
Sitting in it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Take a bit of like the sweetness.
Now that I taste the basil, I might even up my rating for this because it's like
Let
way more...
Yours, I like yours better.
Okay.
I feel like yours
Do you taste the basil though?
Yours is, I feel like mine's more like soury almost. Mm. And yours has more of that fresher basilness to it.
I might even make a more basil fused into the simple syrup.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, so just before we get into the queens, I just love, so Reese and Farrah go in, they're holding hands. And then she's kind of like describing something and she's like how they were like, and she said, a song without an end or a beginning. How beautiful is that?
They are one. But don't you also hate that couple that you've
100%.
met and know that are so intertwined that they are no longer separate people?
Yeah, and I'm jealous, but not.
But you hate being around them?
No. Christine, look what I do for a living.
So.
I love it. I love when you actually see people and you're just like, oh, like you guys are in love. Obviously doing my job. There's just some people.
Do you ever whisper to them and go, this will end soon, this will all end soon?
Through my mind, with my mind magic. Yeah. Save your money. I just really, that was just a beautiful description.
Marriages end in divorce.
Hey, sometimes I've gone, and that's priests talk about that, so it's really awkward.
What?
I've had priests at weddings talk about divorce. Yes. Because they go in there, like, where they talk, and I've had quite, like, a few.
To warn them?
Talking about the rates and how to, like, stay successful. And I was like, just don't feel like this is the time to bring up divorce.
Yeah, maybe write them a letter. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
They know.
I can, like, smell the basil more.
Well, you live, you learn.
Okay. Anyways, I just thought that was a beautiful quote.
So, only the two queens show up this time, though, which is fine because they are the two favorites, right? The old queen and then the young golden-haired queen, which is, we've agreed is T-Swift.
Yeah, right, yes we did.
But the old T-Swift, the younger T-Swift.
I just wrote down, these queens are dramatic.
Yes.
Just love it.
And the old queen... After being so gravely assaulted the last time, we debated for many days whether we should return. As you can see, 3 of us found the insult to be unforgivable. And then they do the orb thing, like, here's Dolores.
Oh, okay, wait.
Right? What?
They compare Farrah to the Children of the Blessed. I'm like,
oh.
No.
Oh.
Goldie, T-Swift was getting sassy. Didn't like it. I was like, she is not like that. She didn't want to go over there. That's not what she was looking for. You don't know anything. It's getting really mad because I actually completely forgot about what happens
with the Children of the Blessed.
No, with the Golden Queen. Like, completely forgot.
Oh, okay.
So I was just really...
You were mad at her.
Yeah, I was like, relax. I do like that Reese said, is there a point to your questions other than to hear yourself talk? Oh, and then when they're going to go show it, and Farrah's just in her mind, like, don't do it. And I just, like, felt that. I'm like, no, don't do it. And again, I completely forgot what actually ends up happening.
But I don't think that Reese is wrong in doing it. Like, there is a matter of, like, we have to risk it because we don't have choice here. Like, it could go really bad, and he knows that.
Yeah, like, he said something along the lines, right, of, like, with war, you have to do that.
After seeing the orb, they basically just dismiss them, right? Like, we'll let you know. But then the old queen explains or unveils that Reese had sent her a letter asking them to help. So she says, do you think we would be moved by your letter, your plea? And then she reads the letter, which I'm not going to read in that voice because it really ruins it, because it's actually a very nice letter. Do you want to read the letter?
I write to you, not as a high lord, but as a male in love with a woman who was once a human. I write to you to beg you to act quickly, to save her people, to help her save my own. I write to you so one day we might know true peace. So I might one day be able to live in a world where the woman I love may visit her family without fear of hatred and reprisal. A better world.
Oh,
Reese.
So nice.
I love just all the good things you want in life.
And how he had written this weeks beforehand, before
Farrah knew about the mating, like, before all this stuff happened.
We ever thought, like, they were ever going to be together. It was just...
Anyway, it's a beautiful letter, Reese. You know?
The next part I labeled, Nesta gets mad and Cass gets weird.
Oh,
What did you label it?
I wrote, like, the page, because I figured you would have the quote.
Yeah.
And I just wrote, Cassian, I love you.
Yeah, but it was also like, oh, that's a lot, Cassian. That's a lot. So one of the queen's questions whether it's manipulation, that what they're doing, and so that really...
Like, how do we know this is even the truth? And you might not really be more. I was like, oh, okay.
This really sets Nesta off. Oh... And she just basically begs them, like, how dare you, blah, blah, blah. And then the old queen says, then I suggest asking one of your winged males to carry you across the sea, girl.
So then Cassian makes his way through. 500 years ago, I fought on the battlefields not far from this house. I fought beside human and fairy alike, bled beside them. I will stand on that battlefield again, Nesta Archeron, to protect this house, your people. I could think of no better way to end my existence than to defend those who need it most. Then a tear is on Nesta's cheek, and Cassian wipes it away.
Whoa. You like her, I think.
Yeah, a little bit.
You like her.
And also, even if he didn't like her, I think he would do it anyways, because he's just great.
Yes. No, that is totally in his nature, but it's just one of those, like...
Where he's like, oh my god, you're freaking out. I'm gonna come, like, because he made his way, like, through the room. It says, like, goes past the guards to go where she is. I love it.
But the fact that even Nesta lets him wipe her tear away? Whoa.
And then
that's big for her.
Farrah is like, for some reason I looked at Moore and she said Moore's face was just, like, in shock.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get at, is, like, this moment is like, wow, okay.
Normally you two are fighting also.
Yeah, oh, you guys are getting along here. Okay.
Mm-hmm. What's going on?
Yes. Okay, and then get to the box.
Okay, so the queens leave. Then all of a sudden, they look where the Golden Queen was sitting, and there's a box. So I wrote, just because when it was, she, like, dropped the handkerchief, the Golden Queen, and it was, I can't, like, the handkerchief drop, I was like, that's odd. Is that a signal? I was like, what's happening?
You wrote that forgetting that the next part happened?
And then the next part happened, I was like, oh my god, right. It was like, what a weird thing to, like, make so... Like, oh, drop my handkerchief. I was like, that's so weird. I was like, and then, yeah, that happened. So that's why I was like, no.
So she left the book under the chair, which is surprising, because she was pretty...
Right? Like, she went off a little bit. Like, Farrah, you're one of the children people, and blah, blah, blah.
But the letter in the box, or on the box, says, I read your letter about the woman you love. I believe you. And I believe in peace. I believe in a better world. If anyone asks, you stole this during the meeting. Do not trust the others. The sixth queen was not ill.
Love wins.
And someone save the sixth queen.
Something bad's going on. But love wins. The love worked. The love letter worked.
Yes, and also she wants peace.
Yeah.
She sees that there's nonsense happening.
And I love that dual role like she played where I was so annoyed at her because I forgot and I was like, God, she's rude.
Yeah.
But yeah, she
had to play it up for the old queen for
Maggie Smith there.
For Maggie Smith.
Yeah.
Chapter 58?
Let's do it.
Do you want to go straight to Feyre and Cassian talking? Or do you have anything before?
No, I just really like Feyre and Cassian's friendship.
Yeah.
I think through this entire thing, they've kind of had a closeness with him, like, training her, and I just love that they just went to go see, like, a symphony or something together.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what a cute little friend date.
I love them.
Yeah, I just thought that was... just love their friendship and just need to throw that out there.
And I don't think it's Cassian just like, oh, you're Reese's mate and I'm just being your security guard. It actually just... It feels genuine. Yeah,
and I think since the beginning, like their first dinner, like they've always had this kind of bond together, which I've just always loved and obviously makes me love him more. But so after their little friend date, they're walking in Belarus and Feyre brings up Nesta.
It meant a great deal to me what you promised my sister the other day.
I'd do it for anyone.
It meant a lot to her, too. Nesta is different from other people. She comes across as rigid and vicious, but I think it's a wall, a shield like the ones Rhys has in his mind.
Against what?
Feeling. I think Nesta feels everything, sees too much, sees and feels it all. She burns with it. Keeping that wall up helps from being overwhelmed, from caring too greatly.
She barely seems to care about anyone other than Elaine.
She will never be like Moore. She will never love freely and gift it to everyone who crosses her path. But the few she does care for, I think Nesta would shred the world apart for them. Shred herself apart for them. She and I have our issues, but Elaine, she will never forget, Cassian, that you offered to defend Elaine, defend her people. As long as she lives, she will remember your kindness.
Why are you telling me this?
And I wrote LOL.
I'm getting really good at my Cassian voice.
It's something.
Yeah. Great. We're going to have new jobs after this, I think.
I think so. Yeah. I loved how he's like, why are you telling me this? But I sensed also that he's like, I feel like you sense that.
You see what's happening when I look at her and...
Yeah, you're just
letting me know.
Pointing it out, but I'm not ready to say it, but stop talking, please.
Yeah, like what's... And I do love just her description of Nesta here.
Oh, yeah.
I pretty much had just highlighted the part where she thinks I would think Nesta would shred the world apart for them, just for like the specific, like the people that she really cares for. And I think that's just such like a Nesta quote to, if you're gonna really sum her up. Mm-hmm. I just think that's, like...
I love the part where she was like, Nesta feels everything, sees too much, sees and feels it all.
Yes.
Whereas, like, you can see some people who are so cold and closed off, but they also, like, I feel like that sometimes where I'm like, I may not show emotion and stuff, but I also feel like a very sensitive person.
Yeah.
And also someone with, like, perspective. Like, when you see things in other people and you, I don't know, like, see the world with a wider view, see a lot of things, like, you may take things in differently than other people have. That is... Yeah. I mean, even if you think of, like, Nesta and Feyre and all, like, the trauma they experience and how, like, feeling overwhelmed makes people put up their walls.
Yeah.
And so she just described Nesta in a really nice way that I liked.
Yes, I do. I think that was just a very great description.
A very empathetic way, which is good for Feyre that she's able to keep that perspective despite their strained relationship.
Yeah.
That says something about Feyre.
Yes. And she's
insightful. To be able to see that.
Well, I think she's had, obviously, to be. But I also think it's all kind of also like a sibling thing. Like, you can see more of that stuff when you've seen them grow.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure
Yeah, but, yeah, great description. Mm-hmm. Really to just lead up to pure chaos. So they do notice, all of a sudden, Feyre senses the water moving. And then there's black things in the sky. She's like, those are birds. Or, I don't know what she says. Anyways, the point is, all of a sudden, Cassian, this armor comes out that slowly just covers his body. This black armor. She's pretty much like, I blinked. He's completely covered with all his other siphons. Cassian is a superhero, guys.
Yeah, it's kind of like Iron Man-ish.
Right? And I am a huge Marvel fan. And I was like, I can't believe I didn't catch this the first time. He's a superhero. Mm-hmm. And I just...
Hot superhero.
Yeah, so just really, loved that part. Oh, yeah, I did right. Cass armor coming out. So hot.
So hot right now. Want to touch his hiney.
Yes, exactly. So, the adder.
The adder.
As the...
Hey, you do not give him the privilege of a cool accent.
That's very true. The adder, which is how the book lady says it, is back. And there's a bunch of them that look like him. Hey, Dave Bautista.
Dave Bautista's cute too, though. Mm-hmm. Maybe the adder doesn't deserve Dave Bautista.
I know. After this, I was like...
Yeah.
Dave wouldn't do this.
Dave wouldn't. He absolutely would not do this.
No, Dave, I'm going to recast you as someone else. You deserve better.
Oh my god, is Kong Dave Bautista too?
Oh my god, Kong is Dave Bautista.
Anyway, we know that the old queen betrayed them. We know this because the Golden Queen drops from the sky and is impaled on a lamppost, and the Ator says it, right?
And she has no hair. Her hair is shaved off and no eyes. It's quite a description.
Right. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yep, just really wanted to get the graphics out there.
Basically, the old queen obviously has been working with Hybern and is on their side.
Well, all the queens. Because he said this is from the mortal queens.
Yeah.
And Jurian.
Yeah. I mean...
I thought Jurian was an eyeball, but that's fine.
He not anymore. But yeah, there's this big attack on Valeris, and I love how Feyre's powers come out here.
Another thing, she does notice that the other adders, or whatever, their replicas, the other winged things that are flying around, they're wearing that stone that breaks and repels magic. So they came very prepared.
Yep.
Hybern was obviously waiting to prepare all this and to have all this magic. So yeah, they're in shit.
Feyre makes cool wolves, though. She makes all these animals and creatures to kill everybody. So I thought that was neat.
Yes. Is this before or after she sees Cassian and Azriel?
I have no idea.
Okay, I have red and blue are my new favorite color because she describes Cassian and Azriel fighting. It's just like red and blue.
Oh.
So I love that. But my favorite part is how she describes Amryn fighting, and she's literally just standing and she's like pointing her finger and someone drops. That's just
my favorite
image. She's just like, I'm just gonna point my finger over here.
She's just like a hot lady standing in the street pointing her finger like, you die, you die, you die.
And it sounds like horrific how they die.
Yeah. I think we learn later how they die. Reese explains it to her that she puts images in their head like their worst nightmares. So
or they just, think they're drowning.
They think they're drowning.
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible.
But just imagine this cute little thing. My favorite.
Love her.
Yes. Okay. Water wolves.
Are you okay to move to chapter 59?
Oh, yeah. And then I do Reese gets there and tries to contact her, and she's like, I'm exactly where I need to be.
She's busy.
Yeah.
She's busy, and this is an epic kill scene.
Feyre, oh my God, it's so...
the final showdown, her and the Ator. Which, we don't need to go through a fight scene, but what I just love is, at the very end of it, when obviously she's winning, she just says, this is for Reese, this is for Claire Boudoir. And this is for me. And then she whispers, I'll see you in hell.
So good. And then it's just the last second thing where she winnows away just before he smashes against the ground.
Yeah, it's risky, girl.
Oh, and I even love how she had the water and she was throwing it at them and then freezing it so they all broke off.
It's very clever.
I was really into this whole fight scene, to be honest. I felt like it was all really cool, everything she did.
Yeah.
She just was using all her tricks.
Thinking on the fly, which we know that she's good at.
Another part I liked, she saw Reese coming because she could see all the darkness. She's like, my mate, death incarnate, night triumphant. What a hot way to be described.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's... I was going to say it's foreplay, but it's like a very big tragedy that's happened, so maybe it's inappropriate.
But still, to like, I mean, see them coming, and that's like your...
And I like how when Reese finally gets to her, he says, Farah Cursebreaker, Defender of the Rainbow.
She just keeps getting cool names.
That is a really cool name. Ugh.
I want that name.
You can make one up.
Okay.
Remember your Jamie Heartbreaker. Jamie Heartbreaker, Defender of...
I got nothing right now.
We'll think of it.
No,
We'll think of it.
Okay.
Chapter 16.
Oh, God.
The title I wrote was I Don't Care About This Chapter.
Oh! Okay, I'm going to mention something from the last chapter. It says, like, weeping. Everyone was weeping and keening, which I had to Google keening, which is another way of, like, expressing sad scream. Okay. But I was like, what is keening? Just, you know.
If you need to know.
Yeah, I like finding out new words, right? Okay, well, we're still going to talk about this chapter, even though Christine doesn't care about it.
I have, like, the plot, but I'm like, there's nothing that stands out to me that I'm...
There's two... No. Okay, anyways. So we do get the Amarin mind description, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which was great. Loved it. Valaris is secured. I'm so confused.
Amarin has put the book together and figured out what they need to do to nullify the cauldron. So that's basically it. They're just like, well, okay, what's our next steps? What do we need to do? What's going to be our plan to figure out where the location is and the King of Hybern, and then we're going to go and, like, get Feyre in there to nullify it, and they're kind of, like, making plans, right?
Yeah. You did skip over the roof sex, Christine?
Oh!
Yeah. I mean...
Okay.
Just another spot. I'm just really adding up their spots.
You know what? That I did note that in my brain when I did note that in my brain when I did the initial read, and then I think I forgot when I was... But, no, that I that was, like, a sexually appropriate part.
Right.
Because I just said it was, like, inappropriate, but when all of this happens and stuff settles down, and obviously Reese is, like, devastated, and then she meets him up on the roof, and then she's, like, trying to make him feel better and stuff. They end up having sex. That feels, like, very, like, intimate and very, like, supportive. It doesn't feel like...
And I do also like, he's like, you shut me out, like, of her mind, but he was like, no, I'm impressed at the same time. Because he's like, I could not get through your shield.
And she's like, you're turned on?
Yeah. Let's just have sex on this roof right now. But he does say, like, I'm impressed, and, like, you defended my people. Like, just very obviously he was, like, worried.
Yeah.
But very much like, no, you defended my people. You completely shut me out. And then he says, like, I don't deserve you. And she's like, we deserve each other. We deserve to be happy.
Oh, I can't believe I missed that part. I love that part.
I know.
We deserve each other, and we deserve to be happy.
Like, this Farah, the yelling Farah, not yelling,
that's
but,
a
like,
good quote.
Yeah, right? I feel like everyone should just, that should be your relationship quote to live by.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, look at her, right?
She's so much growth in such little time.
Yeah, and I love it. And she's like, yeah, no, we deserve each other.
Yes.
In the best way, and we deserve the happiness, and we deserve to have sex and scream about it, so let's do it on this roof.
You're damn right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Yeah, I wonder if we're going to check out my ass while they're suffering.
Hey guys, know you're suffering down there. Check this out.
But just thinking back to what the serial said, and she's like, questions it, and then like, you know,
like, what?
A short time later, she is feeling so much more confident.
Thank God Farah has the Suriel as a supportive friend.
He's her girly, or sorry, they is her girly.
Yeah,
they is her girly.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm gonna say girly is gender neutral to me.
Yeah.
Because girly is a pal. A girly is someone who is on your side and is gonna go bury a body with you.
100%.
Because they're your ride or die.
Yeah. Agreed.
And they will do weird things that they know is morally not right, but is they don't care.
Yeah. Girly pop.
What?
Girly pop.
What?
It's from Big Brother Canada.
Oh, I did
Girly pop show. And I liked it. Anyways, after the great roof sex, the books, yeah, all the other stuff. So they do plan. We learn a little bit about the ring that she got from the Weaver. Yes.
This explains things a lot more, which...
I did like learning this, actually.
Yes.
So I'm just going to pop back a bit when they were talking about the hybrid thing. And I did like, they were talking about how Farrah has to go and Reese has to stay kind of off the island, but on the side. And he does kind of say again, like, if you want to go, then go. She's like, I've already like been in love with him, blah, blah, blah. But she said, and I realized how badly I'd been treated before. If my standards had become so low, if the freedom I'd been granted felt like a privilege and not an inherent right. And Reese's eyes, and he says back, he's like, you might be my mate, he said, but you remain your own person. You decide your fate, your choices, not me. You chose yesterday. You choose every day forever. I just think that's a really also great quote to live by.
That kind of just describes like manipulation and abuse, though.
100%.
Where your what should be choices end up looking like privileges.
Yes, and you get so swept up in that, and like your mind...
You feel thankful.
Yes.
For something that should actually be your choice.
Yeah.
It's like a mind fuck, right? That it's like hard to... Which is why I think people who are on the outside of it become so frustrated, because someone who is in it doesn't see that because their mind has been warped in that way.
Yes, and it takes them so long or whatever time to kind of then be like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
That's just, no, that's like a normal, which I also even have a friend, and I remember her saying once she started dating someone else, and I think she was like super polished, like, oh, like, I'm so, like, sorry I'm late. Like, I think she did that like a couple times. They were like, you don't have to like apologize that much, you know, but you get so used to that, you think you have to. And I just, so that just, for me, that was one of my favorite little quotes there.
Okay, I'm sorry about saying I don't care about the church.
Yeah. Right? You take it back. There's a lot of great things that happens in this chapter. The ring. That's what I keep.
Yeah, so his mom gave him that ring to say that she would always be with him, and then gave it to the Weaver and said that, the person that you're going to marry or your mate, that if they were smart or strong, that they would be able to get it back.
I love that.
It's a weird little trick, but, I mean... If you are giving birth to Reese, obviously you all are the same tricky little people.
But also, being his mother, like, you realize he's one of the most strong... Like, they knew the power before he became High Lord, knowing that, like, anyone that's going to have to stand beside you has to be a strong person, has to put up with so much. And, she's just looking out for her boy, which I love. I love this little proposal. But let's wait till after, and we can do it all... marry, have the bond declared, and have a big party. But then Reese responds with,
and what if I wanted to go one step beyond that? But we don't know what that means yet.
No, then the chapter ends, and that's it. Casting call, casting call, casting call.
It's a recast.
Yes. No new casting.
No new people.
I mean, we should recast the Adder, but...
Yeah. I don't even...
No,
he's just going to be CGI. Yeah. That's all he deserves.
Sorry, Dave. Apologies.
He'll find another job. No. He's okay.
Okay. I feel like you know my recast already. It's for Nesta for the 50th time. And Christina sent this. I think I had seen it one other time. But this, I feel like, I'm going to stick with it. This is my Nesta.
Okay. Final answer.
Final answer. Phoebe Tonkin. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But she was on The Originals, which was a spin-off from The Vampire Diaries.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, but I do think she would be good Nesta. So, yep.
Okay. I don't know her, so...
Did I do say that in a previous episode? I might have.
No.
No?
No, okay. You didn't. Okay, mine is the old queen.
Oh! Did you recast her as Maggie Smith?
Me.
Oh.
Me. I'm going to...
wear prosthetics?
I'll do anything, because I deserve this role. I have put in the time...
Yeah.
To perfect my accent. So it's going to be me.
Okay, good for you.
It's going to be me.
Oh, that was so bad. It's gonna be my... No, that was...
Was yours better?
Nope.
Okay.
I thought it in my head when I was thinking, and then where the words came out, I was like,
you were judgmental. Yeah, that's that. That's that.
Okay, great.
So we agree. It's me?
I don't know if we agree, but I will support you in your endeavor.
In my dreams.
Yeah.
Okay. MVP?
MVP!
MVP. I feel like I'm, because the drink is in honor of the Golden Queen and kind of like the MVP maybe should go to the Golden Queen.
Yeah, I feel like it's a kind of obvious one.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
She risked her life and then died, so
yeah.
I feel like it's rude to not give it to her.
It would be super rude. Yeah.
I would like to give a runner-up.
Sure.
To Amryn.
Oh, to Amryn.
Just for her pointing and killing.
That was wonderful. That was wonderful.
You are a bad bitch, Amryn. Could have had a bad bitch. Yeah.
I would also like to say Feyre in the Ator killing.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Oh. Yeah, that was great. That was a really great scene.
There's some...
Like, that would be a great movie scene. It was so good.
With Amryn mixed in, though.
Yeah. That was the one where I was like, oh, I just want to make, like, a TikTok or something. Just being like, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You know? Just cheers to women. Really, in this one. MVPs.
Oh, yeah. Women are the MVPs. They're the real MVPs.
Mm-hmm. They were doing everything. Well,
and the loser, obviously, the Ator.
The Adder.
Ator.
Adder. And all his little look-alike minions.
And the old queen.
Yes. I want to give another shout out for another MVP. The green fairy outside protecting the art gallery with like the bar.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, I don't care that there's 5 adder looking things around me. She's holding like a rusty bar. She's like, I'm going to defend this place.
While everyone is crouching inside, she's out there.
Yeah. So just shout out to you, green fairy.
Yeah. Oh, there's some really good ones.
Right? Women. They're
all women, not a coincidence.
Right?
I don't know. Cass and Az are pretty good here, too.
Yeah. Okay, shout out to them, too.
Okay, well...
Let's see. We're going to also finally meet Hybern.
We're going to meet the King of Hybern.
Yeah. That'll be a fun casting, because we had no casting.
Because I have I'm really happy about my casting for the King of Hybern.
I have 2.
Of course.
I have a number 1, but...
Okay.
That'll be fun. Okay.
Well, toodaloo.
Bye-bye.